little rainy day lift I got going on here. I'm doing a drop set on pull-ups. So I'm going 5 regular, 5 neutral grip, and then 5 chin-ups all in a row. And then into overhead tricep extensions, 12 reps with 65 pounds. But I'm gonna go 5, right down to 5 and the 12 for the first round. I'm going 4, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1 on each. And then I'm going 12 overhead tricep extensions between each one. So that would put me about 60 reps in overhead tricep extensions and 15 reps at each position for pull-ups. So gonna be spicy, but it's all good. Oy. Wah. Yeah, spicy. I like doing the overhead tricep extension because working out a muscle at length, so the tricep inserts in the back of the arm, like underneath the lat, and connects like obviously at the elbow. But arm above your head lengthens that tricep out a whole lot more than if you were just doing like regular old tricep press downs. Up here, longer. Up here, shorter. The longer you can stretch that muscle, the more it's going to grow. The more impact you'll have, less reps you have to do, less work you have to do, all that kind of stuff. So I'm gonna get a sip of water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. This is my set of 3s. So something I like to think about while I'm doing tricep work and bicep work is how evenly I can make a circle with my hand and with my elbow being the fulcrum point. So a lot of people when they're doing tricep press downs, for instance, they're here and they're pressing down, they almost rotate their arms to finish that press. But if you were big circle way out here, I find for me it burns and is a whole lot more effective whenever I try to minimize rotation of my forearm, my humerus, internally or externally, externally. If I do that, it hits a different part of the arm. I don't know which part, but if I keep total control there, or even overhead, if I think about moving the weight away from me and into a circle, rather than rotating and pressing up through here, rotating, pressing up, but like, ooh, there, burns a lot more. Anyway, I don't even know if you can see that, but I got my sets of 2 now. Hey. 4 of 5 on those. One more to do overall. The second biggest drawback of people when they work out is they don't train hard enough. Number 1 is consistency. Number 2 is intensity. Consistency and intensity over the long term. But number one is consistency. Like if you can't be in the gym regularly, you're not going to see as much improvement. If you are in the gym regularly, and I see this a lot at the Globo gyms out there, people who are there all the time, they don't look like they're in shape, they're doing something, but they're doing nothing. They are walking on the treadmill at an incline, and they're leaning back while they're walking. They are doing the press machine while they're talking with a friend, carrying on a conversation. That won't get you anywhere. That won't get you any results. Yeah, so consistency and intensity. Here comes the train. So I guess I should hit my next set because you won't be able to hear me talk anyway. Oh. Woo, that was hard. Hey. 60 reps. So, okay, I'm gonna go finish up with some shoulders inside and some biceps. Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna start off shoulders with a little move I call mini Arnold rotations. Well, other people call them too, but around the gym is where I call them. Mini Arnold rotations. Hey. If you've been around the gym or following my YouTube or Instagrams, I really like rotational work for shoulders. Linear pressing is fine. You get stuff out of it. But I think just the way the shoulder joint is structured, it's the most dynamic joint. Almost like it gets 360 degrees here and then gets huge whatever abduction or adduction this way to this way, you know, overhead, behind you, internal rotation, external rotation, and always just working in a pressing pattern is fine, but I think doing that too much or solely relying on that isn't going to aid you in the long run. You'll get joint pain, discomfort, maybe some imbalances because it's really easy for that front delt to kind of jump into all of the exercises that are presses. So you may not hit the rear delt as much. The rotator cuffs of, the rotator muscles of the shoulder as much as you would in just a pressing motion. I've never really had anybody come to me and say, oh man, those rotations really hurt my shoulder. Usually people say, oh, those felt great. It's usually whenever people are pressing straight up and down, they're like, just kind of something in there. It doesn't feel good. But anyway, check these out. Garbage. There's that. There's this. So palms at the chin, up to the forehead. Rotate around. Rotate the palms out as much as possible too. I see people just kind of come here and do this, finish here. Up, rotate out as much as possible. My nerdy glasses. Sweating. Falling off my face. Here we go. Those suck so bad. Something to think about while you're doing those. Keeping those abs tight and not letting your lumbar spine make you think you're getting your arms backwards. You get to here and you go back like this. Yes, your arms have moved backwards in space, but not because your shoulder's moving. So keep those abs tight on that. Don't rotate too much through the lower back, but just keep it all on that shoulder. And even like finishing that rotation there at the end, it's like hard to turn those forearms. It changes things on those shoulders. Woo! So something I like to pair with those shoulder rotations are tricep extensions, because you don't really involve triceps in those rotations at all. There's not a lot of pressing function in that. So going to triceps on the bands, I love the bands because you can just murder yourself without technically stopping and do like 30 reps with as much tension as your body can stand. Because most of the time whenever you're doing a cable tricep press down, you're set at that one weight. You can't adjust it at all. If you need to adjust it, you gotta set it down, change the weight, go back at it if you want to at all. So a lot of time there to rest and to contemplate the stupidity of your decisions with how hard you're working. With these, you just go right into it. So starting with the blue here, pinning those elbows to your side. Again, thinking of that compass analogy of your elbow is the sticky point of the compass, then your hand is the pencil, and you're trying to draw as big of a circle as you can with that pencil. So here, locking those elbows into the side, draw that circle. I'll go 10 reps on the blue band at one level. Then I'll lighten up. I'm already into that next set. Flex the biceps at the top so you get an extra squeeze, that extra stretch of that tricep. So I can't straighten my arms out, so I'll lessen the tension. I got 2 reps left here. 9, 10. Woo! Then right over into that red. So a lighter band. I can still do 10 more reps here. 2, that sucks. 3. Lighten up a little bit. 4, I still can't extend my arms all the way. Lighten up, big push. 5. Lighten up. 9. Last one. 10. Elbows locked in place, shoulders locked in place. Don't dump forward. Don't dump the abs into it. Force the only muscle that should be working to work, which is your tricep in that situation. I'm going right back to these shoulder rotations here. Starting with the 20s, probably going to get like 6 to 8 reps because I'm an absolute wuss when it comes to these. Woo! Oh! Oh! You can tell when you're done on those. You can't lift your arms up and you can't rotate them. All right there in that lateral delt, that rear delt, a little bit of upper trap. That's fine. Build traps, baby. Let's go. All right. Talking about when people don't work hard enough, they'll go to when it starts to burn and they think that's good enough for muscle growth or whatever, and it's really not. Like, you got to push to where like you can barely extend those arms. Whether you're doing a leg press, like a squat, an RDL, like you can reach true muscle fatigue with a heavy enough load to make it not boring. If I had 20 pounds and I was just doing an RDL, if I had a really light band and I was just doing this for a long time, I would get bored. But with this being as challenging as it is, I'm not bored. I got the first 10 are just like, whatever, I got to get through it. Then it starts to burn a little bit. Then it starts to burn more. Then it starts to burn more. Then holy crap, it sucks. And that's when you really got to get like 3 more. So when people are just at the Globo gyms and they're just doing those chest presses or doing those arm curls on the machines, having a casual conversation with their partners, their lifting partners, or whoever they're hanging out with, that's just, I love that they're going to the gym, but that's just not going to get the benefits that they hope they're trying to get. So if that's you, come to the gym and I'll push you a little bit more. That's why it's good to pay for coaches. I'll stand right over my clients. I'll force them in the right position. I'll keep telling them more, because I can see that they can do more. I know they can, and they know they can. They just don't want to. They just got to push through. So here we go. Loosen up a little bit so I can get that full range. There's 10. That was 16. 6 partial ranges pretty much. 21. Holy moly. I'll move this one, put it over here on the red one. We'll bang out a few more. Right there. Hi. I'm just gonna go bottom pulses on this one, and I'm gonna try to go full range. So work that end range of motion all the way down, and just halfway up. That's 15. Okay, let's see if I can get 10. Full range here. Probably not, if I had to guess. Here we go. Yep, locking in. Here we go. Freaky frack. Woo! Owie. That burns a lot. Okay, I'm gonna finish out with just last few on these. Shoulder rotations from a different angle. Excuse me. Oh. Pathetic how hard that is. Well, that's it. That's all I got for you today. Hopefully more of these come soon. Till then, eat local, lift local, be healthy. Let's freaking go.